Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video and making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It is Saturday, and Saturday on this channel is my weekly weigh-in and the Weight Watchers weekly meeting topic for the week. Now, I'm actually considering moving my weigh-in day to Monday for the new year. It probably won't be for a couple of weeks because of the holiday and when it falls, so I'll probably, and I might have to do a double topic because in order to skip Saturday and go to Monday, I will miss the topic. So, or we could just do Monday, the topic with no weigh-in, and then we could do that too. But I don't know. But I am definitely I'm trying to take weekends off from filming. So I film this on Saturday. So I'm trying to continue, and I want to structure my weekends with a little bit more structure. And I feel like if I get weighed on a Monday, I'll have to be more in tune to what I'm eating, because I think with everybody home, I'm not being as good as I could be. I'm not being horrific, obviously, but I want to be better. And changes for the new year for me to be better is maybe changing my weigh-in day. Whatever works, whatever, helps that mindset. Is it right? Is it wrong? It's what helps you, and everybody's different. So I feel like, and it's not that tragic. I'm just changing a weigh-in day. It's not like I'm not weighing in, I'm just changing the day. So I think that's going to work. I think it's going to be fun. And here's the bottom line. If I don't like it, if it's not working or it's making things worse, or I'm still not having the best weekends, I could always change it back. So I'm not sure whether that'll be this Monday, because this Monday is New Year's and I have a specific video for this Monday. So maybe next Monday we will do double topic, because we'll do next week's and then the following week, since the topic changes on Sunday. But I'll let y'all know all that. So how'd you do on the scale? We knew last week I had a huge gain. Yeah, I was over 5 pounds or right around something like that. And the sad reality is, the weekend didn't get any better because we had more events and it was Christmas, and, I indulged. I always say when I'm going to grab something, are you sure you want it? It's not what, and I made the best choices I could. Were they perfect choices? No. But I got this nut mix, which I picked out. Oh my God, it was like crack. It was like nuts and cranberries. Yeah, I had to fork over the bag to somebody, because and that's the thing, like, you think you're ready for things. Oh, I'll just have a portion of that. Didn't work out that way for me. So yeah, I think it was Christmas Day is when we opened gifts. Sometimes we do Christmas Eve, it was Christmas Day. So yeah, I had a lot of those little clusters, and they're gluten-free. So I was like, what the heck? Drinking some San Pellegrino in a fancy glass, because sometimes you want to feel fancy. So the week was not great. I had a couple good days, had a couple not so good days, but I was down 1.7. That's because I was up so much, and I knew that I was up ridiculously high because I ate the night before. So I wasn't, so I was down 1.7 off of that. So I'm going to keep chipping away. We're going out today to a winery. We have a Christmas party. We also have New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I don't foresee New Year's Day being tragic. I'm just going to make a pork roast. New Year's Eve is pickies. So I did get a lot of vegetables in. I got some cucumbers. I got some mini bell peppers. I got some carrot chips, and I got my gluten-free chips. So I got my yogurt, I got my cottage cheese. So I might make myself some little charcuterie just for me with my turkey pepperoni and so maybe that's what I'm going to have to do for me. So I could, I have my little olives, I have my lupini beans. I got it covered. So I'm hopefully going to stick to that. I know we're having crab cakes on New Year's Eve. We're going to stay home. So crab cake isn't tragic. So I'm super duper excited. I just have to watch not going to their thing. So yeah. Hard, yes. It's hard. It's not easy, but we just got to keep trying. And remember, 2024 is only a few days away. So I'm looking forward to a new challenge. I didn't think I would be, but I am. All right, this week's weekly topic, and Timmy did not get weighed in again. It'll be interesting to see when he finally does. All right, weekly technique. How to take charge of unhelpful thoughts. Now, that's one thing you can say about me. I do not have a lot of unhelpful thoughts. Why? Before we get into this, because I live in the real world. That things happen, things come up, and yeah, we don't always make the best choice. Does that mean I'm a failure? No. The failure is not trying. The failure is just saying, oh, well, I didn't make the best choice, so screw it. That's the failure. Yes, I might have overeaten, but I did have good days this week. I did have good days. And obviously the scale reflected that. If I didn't, I would not be down at all. So definitely, if you have more on days than off days, it's let's see what they have to say. I didn't pull it up. I'm like, oh, where's the thing? All right, Beth Jane. After a setback, you can't always control what pops into your mind. Resist entering the chat and start a new conversation. Instead, try this, because we are not nice to ourselves. We are not. But that's why I say, when you want to have something, and remember, is this going to make me feel guilty? Because if it is, then put it down. But if it's like, if you're like me, I'm kind of like, well, yeah, I didn't feel, I enjoyed the nuts. Did I feel guilty about them? No, but I did get rid of them. I enjoyed them because I knew I'm saying to myself, this is not the best thing, Denise. Well, all right, have a few more and then ditch the bag. And that's what I did. Try this. Identify an unhelpful thought. Pay attention when your brain starts telling you something that's less than supportive. I ate all those cookies and now my week is ruined. Why even bother tracking? That's a popular one. Yep, because you feel you had 5 cookies. You didn't have a couple, you probably had 5. And it's like, and you know how many calories in cookies, but you have those weekly points. So maybe those cookies were covered by those weekly points. And if you continue back on your plan, it might not be as tragic. But if you snowball that into, why even bother? Sometimes, this is going to be rough, people look for an excuse to eat. Well, I ate those cookies. Heck with the week, because they want to have that indulgent week. They want to eat everything they want and not have to think about it. That's a truth bomb for a lot of people. I've been there. I know. That's why I can say it. I was that person. Why even bother? Like, I could have given up after eating those. When I sit there and I tell you, I ate a third of the bag of those. I did. He goes, where did they all go? I went, so yeah. I did. So it would have been if I had said to myself, I'll just finish the bag. I got rid of the bag as soon as I realized that this is not good. I ditched the bag and I continued with my journey. My next day, everything was on point. I had my girl lunches. I had my delicious veggies and my proteins, and I had a big old tuna salad. I had a big salad. I had my wraps. I had my eggs. I had my pancakes. I had my stuff that I know that I could eat and not feel guilty about it. Create some distance. Imagine that that though, as a cartoon character, you're just relaying the script. That thought. It says this week is a wash and I should give up. Commit to the act. Decide which actions you'll take based on your goals, not what that single thought dictates. I don't have to quit. I'll make and track a low point dinner tonight and snack on 0 point foods. Yes, 0 point foods are not 0 calories, but they are better options than cookies. So yeah, gnaw on some chicken dipped in some kind of G-Hue sauce. Air fry it. Get some shrimp and make some cocktail sauce. Honestly, ketchup is not the enemy. Make a little ketchup. I feel like when I hear people say, oh my God, you had cocktail sauce. Seriously? It's cocktail sauce. It's ketchup and horseradish. Make yourself a fun indulgent dip with hummus, or like my spinach and artichoke dip. It's made with yogurt, or my hummus. It's made with yogurt. It's still chickpeas and yogurt, and you dip your veggies, or maybe even a low point cracker. Count out your crackers, put them down, put them away, and just eat what you've counted out. And you'd be surprised how getting those things in order get your mindset back. Because I think, again, I'm going to say it, I think we look for a reason to eat. Because what was the point? I really blew it all on Sunday. So really, what was the point? The point is, a whole week is not blown on one day. Yes, you could eat 5,000 calories on that day. That doesn't mean the whole week is blown. Don't be the person that uses that excuse. And I've been there. I've been that person. I've used that excuse. What's the point? I might as well just start January 1st. That's another favorite one. When it's Christmas time, oh, well, I'll just wait till January. If I thought that, I'd be up 10 pounds and not like 4 or 3.5 at this point. Would I rather be up 3.5 or 10 come January 1st? Think about that. Minimize the damage. Because let me tell you something, you don't want to tack another 15 pounds on what you already have to lose. Let's dive deeper. Ever try to quietly evict unhelpful thoughts from your brain? Yeah, it doesn't always work, especially during a stressful or busy times when more of these unwelcome guests tend to move into our brain. What does work? Accepting them merely as thoughts, not true statements. Then taking some power by inviting other action-oriented thoughts. Like I said, we look for a reason to eat. We do. And that's a hard reality when you sit there and go, oh my God, she's right. I want to give myself permission. So basically you've given yourself permission to binge because like the week is blown. I've had 5 cookies. What's the point? The point is 5 cookies is not as damaging as 7 days off of plan is. That's a reality. This approach is critical on a weight loss journey because what you think often drives what you do. So if thoughts of failure or quitting go unchecked, you could find yourself just doing that. But when you separate yourself from what your brain is saying, you have the space to consider the facts and alternatives, like the fact that setbacks and fresh starts are normal. There's nobody I know, well, there's a few people I know, but there's nobody I know that doesn't have a setback rather regularly. They may act like they don't. They may, you might look at somebody and go, wow, how could they be on plan so much? And they're always losing and I'm not. What am I doing wrong? You're actually more normal than they are. That's a truth bomb. Don't worry if the shift doesn't happen overnight. This type of mindfulness can feel hard or strange at first, and so many of your thoughts are automatic. Be patient. As with other parts of your journey, the more you practice, it is easier to become. It's my leader always called it the muscle of discipline. We don't exercise that muscle at all. And I always say, if you're having a bad day and you're struggling, post in the Facebook group. If you don't know, I have a fantastic, supportive a Facebook group called Dish with D's Crew. You're all welcome to join. It is totally free and it is a support system. You could post in there any time of the day. And then somebody, God, it won't always be me. Very rarely is me because I miss posts. Sorry, my feed is just so bogged down. You will see somebody will be there to pick you up and say, it's not tragic. You can do this. You know, this is like, I don't think, one of the things I've learned over the years, this journey is so mental. It's like, it's not about what we eat. It's about why we eat and the reasons that we eat. And the reasons that we eat a lot and the excuses that we make in justification of those foods. You know, it's my birthday. I'm going to have whatever I want. It's the weekend. I don't track. It's justification for overeating. Like we have to find a justification to overeat. I try not to overeat. I mean, there are times I do. I'm not perfect. But I try not to justify it. Well, it's my birthday. I'm going to eat what I want. Or I'm going out to a restaurant, so I'm not worrying about tracking. I don't track. It's my no track day. I track as much as I can, especially when I'm out. I track so I could eat. And, you know, and I feel like when people, you know, get on the, I hate tracking. Tracking is what, you know, it's being accountable. It's knowing what you're eating because you can only eat so much. And we don't know what's in all these foods. So, you know, they have the point system where if you count calories, you need to know what you're eating. Whatever way you want to track. You want to track calories, you want to track macros, you want to track points. It's all tracking. It is. And you can't eat unless you know what you're eating. So if you're not tracking, you're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to know what you're eating. Like, how could you order something at a restaurant for dinner when you don't know what you have for breakfast and lunch? You go sit there and try to think of it? Or you're trying to order, there's a waitress, wait a minute, let me think what I had this morning. How many points do I have left? No, you just look at your phone. You know how many points you have left. Some people have that little, what do they call that? there's a word for it, where it's right on their screen. It tells them. You could have that on your screen telling you how many points you have left for the day. I didn't like it because it kind of messed with my phone, so I took it off. But if that's something that helps you, I think you could even have it on your Apple Watch. It'll let you know how many points you have left so you can order. And yeah, you could order from a restaurant lickety-split because you see what's in that dinner. If there's chicken breast, you know that's 0. Yes, it is cooked in wine and butter. But how much wine and butter are you actually getting? You're having a potato, or you're having pasta, or you're having rice. You know how much you're getting. When that plate comes out, you can kind of judge whether there's a cup, 2 cups, or 3 cups. You count the wine, you count the oil, you count the pasta, you count the potatoes. You give it something, and you put it in your tracker. Should you eat all of it? No. Unless you're starving. But especially if you know, there are some restaurants that give you normal portions, and there's some restaurants that give you way too much portions. Like if you get a big old plate of food and you know that's way too much, you ask for a box, you put half of it in that box, clip it, and put it to the side. Or do like me, put on your husband's plate, and you don't want it anymore. Yeah. Once it goes on his plate, I'm done. So yeah, I mean, I feel like we look for reasons to eat, and it's a harsh reality sometimes. It's hard to say, it is hard to hear. I look for reasons to eat. I justify why I'm eating. It's my birthday. It's Saturday. I've been working. You know, you don't want to blow all the work you've done all week for a Saturday, not track day. I mean, how hard is it to track? It's not. We make it sound harder so we don't have to do it. Because let's face it, we know what the points are most of the things that we eat because we eat the regular. You know how much chicken is. You know how much, well, it's 0 for most of us, but you know how much a piece of fruit is. 3 points for a fruit if you're on the diabetic plan. You know that. Put it in. Why don't you put it in? Like I feel like that's the biggest, I think, thing that I noticed. It's the people the justification of and why they eat and why they don't track. Tracking is not quick ad. I know they moved it. I hear they're moving it back. I don't know. My app has not changed yet. Some people's app has reverted back. Mine has not. I hope it does because I don't like it. That's why I was going to do the app video, but if the app's turning back, I can't do a tutorial on an app that doesn't exist. So I was waiting. But yeah. Now the fast fact is only one fast fact. Thoughts are not facts. Thoughts are just thoughts. They're not reality. And sometimes we want to make them into, like I said, we want to justify why we're going to overeat today because we had those 3 cookies or 5 cookies. 5 cookies is not the be-all end-all. And sometimes if the cookies are small, you could probably fit them in. Be shocked. You'd be shocked. You think things are because it's a cookie, it's a sweet, it's not. You can fit a lot of things on your plan if you do the diligent work. Is anybody going to hand this to you? Nope. You have to do the work. Yep. Can you do the work? Yep. It definitely takes work. I didn't get here by going on somebody else's coattails. I did it because I figured things out. You see the things that I create food for myself and I share it with you because that's how I like to eat. I wanted a piece of avocado toast last week or 2 weeks ago. All I had was gluten-free bread that I just do not enjoy. I thought, I'll make a 2-ingredient bagel bun. So when sometimes I make 4 at a time, but I only make 1 when I'm, last minute, Denise. So I'm putting this, and I'm mixing it together. And you could put, like I said, lickety split. But then I was putting it on the tray, and I went, what if I flattened it all the way down to make it a piece of bread? I called it a fry bread or a crisp bread or a flat. And I threw it in the air fryer, and it got crispy. Let me tell you something. That was the best piece of toast I've had in quite a long time because I wanted Ezekiel, I wanted crunch, and that was perfection. And you see, like, that is how you survive. That is how you become successful. You get food you like and you make them your own. You can't sit there like, I'm a big girl. I like big food. I like a full plate of food. I like volume. And then this comment in January, we're going to share a lot of tips. I don't use the word resolution. I don't use the word goal. I use the word intentions. I intend. Like my word of the year was intentional a couple of years ago. I have a new word. This year was joy, and I have a new word which will come out next week. But when you intend to do it, A goal is one of those things, if you don't, you feel more like a failure if you don't reach it. But an intention is something you're intending to do. Let's hope it gets done. But my intention for 2024 is more veg. I've learned that I like a lot of veg. So I've been filling my breakfast plates with vegetables, my dinner plates with vegetables, and my lunch plates with vegetables, because vegetables are good for you. They're fiber, they've got vitamins, they're so important. So it's going to be the year my word should be vegetable. It should be. It should be vegetable, because it's going to be the year of the vegetable. Yep, I'm going to just be creating my meals with 50% vegetables on my plate. And that is how you should, that is the healthiest way to eat. 50% veg, 25% lean protein, and 25% good carbs. Yep, don't lose, we got potatoes, we got rice, we got pastas. You can have them. You can. We'll talk all about that next week. But that is it for me. I went a little bit overboard, but it's the last weigh-in of the year. So, Happy New Year. I hope you have a fantastic New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and I will see you on New Year's Day. We will have a video out on New Year's Day. You might not get to see it because I know you guys are busy and nobody needs to be watching YouTube on New Year's Day. But if you happen to have a few minutes, you can see the kickoff of the challenge and my word of the year for this year. So think about what you want next year, 2024, to be for you. What word do you want that year to define you by? So pick it, and then you can let me know then on that video, and let me know how you did this week. Was it good? Was it bad? It was Christmas. It was a holiday. If you skip the weigh-in, I totally get it. There's nothing wrong with a non-weigh-in on a holiday. There really isn't. I'm not from the school of, just own it. I don't need to own it. I know it's up. I don't need to own that. But I did, and I was down, but I owned last week. But you guys, that's, if that makes you feel better, then it makes you feel better. You need to do what works for you. So let me know how your week went in the comment section below. Have a great New Year's. I will dish with you another day. There's a collab coming out tomorrow. I am hosting a little collab. So you will see that. It'll be the tips for getting back on track. Because everybody wants to get on track for January. It's the nature of the beast. So I will give you my tips for getting back on track. But I pretty much gave them to you today. So consider that a bonus. So that is it for me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, welcome. And if you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, join us here at Dish with D for realistic weight loss discussions. We don't pull any punches around here. We talk realistically. We live life. And sometimes it's not always good, but we share it and we do lives here, and you want to be part of that. And we have a challenge coming for next week. You want to be part of that too. It costs you nothing. It is totally free. Why? Because there's no reason to charge people. So jump in, hit the subscribe button, be part of the community. That's the only thing you have to do. You have to be subscribed to the channel. So hit that subscribe button, and I will dish with you tomorrow. Goodbye. This is Vlogmas Day 30. I know I miss a lot of Vlogmases, but it is what it is. Ta-ta for now.